This video describes how to make a bell chantry trap, a BC trap, for catching hawks. This is a technique used by falconers often to catch hawks to train for hunting, but it's also very useful when you have a bird trapped in a building and possibly can't drive the bird out through an opening, like an open window, an open door, and you end up having to bait the bird in, such as a red-tailed hawk or a Cooper's hawk. We're using a live trap that's for like a squirrel. You would be better having closer spacing on the bars. This is 1 inch by 1 inch, but a Cooper's hawk could actually make a fist and punch through and grab the bird. We're going to use a pigeon as bait for this, and a Cooper's hawk could actually punch through and grab the bird. So for the bird's safety, it would be better to have tight spacing. It would also be nicer to have a larger cage that you could put quail or pigeons in, and then they would move around. But what I want to show you today is actually how to make the loops. The loops are what makes this trap work. They're slip knots, and you can see they very easily slide and will catch. So when you have a hawk in a building and it's hungry, it's going to come down for the bait that you have in the cage, which would be a live rat or another live bird, and it'll come down here and be jumping around on the trap trying to catch it, and when it tries to take off, its feet are actually ensnared in these loops. What I want to do is teach you how to tie the loops. All we need is the cage. We need fishing line. We want a 50-pound test of the trilene line, and it can be clear, it can be like a green color. You also need just a pair of scissors and 4 separate hemostat. Okay, we're going to remove the trap to clear the background so you can see this. You want 30 inches of line. And what you need to do first, 30 inches is going to give you room to tie your knots, and this is going to make 2 loops on your cage. What you need to do is take the very end of it, and I'm right-handed, so these are instructions for someone who's right-handed. In your left hand, take the end, cross it over, hold it. Take your hemostat, place it on top, twirl it around. You're just making a little wind around the hemostat. Pull the loop up and pull it down through your loop, like thus. That gives you a little loop on the end of the fishing line. Right there, you can see the loop. That's going to be part of your slip knot. Now you can tighten it by holding the end. Take your scissors, put it in the loop, and pull it tight. Now, snip off the excess end, leaving about a 1/4 inch or less, about 1/8 to a 1/4 inch, because this is going to catch in your loops and it's going to make your trap less effective. And then throw away the end. You make 1 on each end. We're going to do it again. You hold the end, make a loop, hold that. Take the hemostat, bend it around the hemostat, pull the loop up, grab it in your hemostat, pull it down through, and you now have a loop, which we're going to open, grab the little end and tighten, and snip off the excess. All right, there we go. All right. Now we have to bring our cage back. You want these loops to go all the way around the cage. What we're going to do is take this loop and we're going to fold it in half. We have our little tied ends that we just made here. And then right here we have the middle. I'm going to place that through the bars. You can grab it with our hemostat, pull it through, and then take your two ends and put it through this loop and pull tight. Now you have two long strands attached to the cage. Now we make the loops, and the loops are very easy. Put your hemostat through the end of the one loop, catch the same string of that loop, slide it up through, push it all the way down to the cage, and there we have a loop. Now we do it with the other one. This can be a little time consuming. I would definitely make the cage way before you need it. Now you have two loops, and as you can see, they're standing upright. Right here are our two loops that we just made, and they're standing upright. This is now ready to help us rescue a hawk in distress.